Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world or whenever you are seeing this video. Okay, so today we are going to talk about 3 reasons you are not converting your leads into clients. You may be getting a ton of leads, but if you're not converting them, there is a reason. And we're going to talk about some of the main reasons today. So before we go any further, for those of you that don't know me, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Lisa Balthaser, and I am a business coach and consultant. I work with coaches, course creators, and online service-based entrepreneurs and business owners to help them grow and scale their businesses online, implement winning systems and processes that attract clients and create repeatable revenue so that they can experience flow and ease in their business. And that is what it's all about. You don't want to work harder, you want to work smarter. Okay, so today we are going to talk about 3 reasons you are not converting your leads into clients. So I just came off of a workshop that I helped people to create a lead magnet. Okay. So I helped them create a lead magnet, and then I had a video in one of my paid programs the other day, and it was all about what to do with that lead magnet. So we're just going to talk about a few of those things today. I went into pretty much detail in my paid group, but today I wanted to talk to you and just to enlighten you on some of the reasons why you're not converting some of those leads into clients. Okay, so we're going to start with the first one that I have listed here. So say you get a lead magnet, you have a lot of leads coming in. What do you do with them when you get them? I see so many people just letting them sit around, go into their email list, and then they start emailing them. And you can do that, but it's not priming them to buy from you. And the whole reason for that lead magnet is to get more buyers into your circle of influence. Okay. So, one of the things that is super important once you get a lead into your circle of influence, which is your email list, your group, wherever you're getting them. Okay. One of the things that you want to do more than anything else is to warm them up. Okay. Nurturing your audience is a must because they will not buy if they are not warmed up. Okay. This is so critically important. And yet a lot of people skip this step. So, um, yeah. So, did you know if somebody downloads a freebie from you, if you have a lead magnet, or if you have a lead that's sitting in your database, or if you have a phone call, there's statistically proven facts out there that say that if you respond within an hour, so say somebody calls you or wants to schedule a call with you, if you respond within an hour, you are 7 times more likely to get a sale. Why is that? It's because more than likely, it is because you and that is so critically important. I'm sorry, my video just went out for a moment. I don't know if you guys saw that or if it was just on my end. Um, so it is critically important that you follow up right away. But here's the thing, and this leads me to reason number 2. Here's the thing: you don't want to follow up like once you get somebody say they download a freebie. If they call you to schedule a time with you because they're interested in working with you, that's different. Then you're going to have a consultation or a sales conversation. If, however, you have a lead that you acquired because you had a masterclass, a webinar, free training, a download, any kind of freebie, those are lead magnets, and they don't necessarily know you. So reason number two, okay, so number one was they're not warmed up. So if they're new to you, you need to interact with them and get them to know you so that they know that you're the right one to help them. Okay. And that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, which leads to reason number two. You may not be converting your leads into clients. And reason number two is that you are trying to sell too soon. You're trying to sell too soon. If you are trying to sell to somebody that, say, downloaded a freebie that doesn't know you, and your next conversation or email to them is buy my thing, they're probably not going to buy your thing. And that's because they don't know you yet. Sure, they downloaded your freebie, but it takes people a while to warm up. It can take anywhere from 7 to 30 touches for somebody to actually want to buy from you. And touches means like reading your emails, reading your social media posts, engaging with you on social media, getting maybe another freebie, consuming any type of content. So it can take up to 30. Okay, one of the large marketers says it takes 30 times. That is huge, guys. 30 times is huge. Okay, so you cannot assume because they're interested in your free thing that they're ready to buy from you, because they don't know you yet. And you need to take the time so that they can get warmed up. You need to nurture them before you try to sell to them. So those two go hand in hand. They need to be warmed up and nurtured, and you're trying to sell too soon before they're ready, before you qualified them. Whatever the before you too soon is for you. Oh, Rachel, hey. Rachel, hi, how are you? I didn't see you were here. My apologies. So yes, so you have to nurture them. You have to warm them up. You have to get in front of them time and time again. And that you're going to do with your content, your live video, your work. Rachel, you're a photographer, so you can get your work in front of people time and time again. And when they see it over and over and over again, they want to buy because they love what you are doing. So it doesn't necessarily need to be like a video. It doesn't necessarily need to be like this long, drawn out written content. It can be very simple, such as an example of what you do. They just need to get to know you. So 7 to 30 times. Now, here's another statistic that I want to throw your way. Okay, I want to throw this your way because this one is super important to keep in mind. So often business owners come to me and they're frustrated. They're getting on sales calls. They're attracting people. They're putting people in their Facebook groups. They're getting people on their email list. And they're still not getting the sales that they should be getting. So they get confused and frustrated and like, oh my gosh, I must not be doing this right. And that's not necessarily so. Here's some statistics that I want you to think about. At any given time, and this is why if you do a live launch, it's really important to get at least 300 people there because of these statistics. Listen to this, guys. You're going to love this. 3%, Only 3% of people in your circle at any given moment are looking to buy. 3. You may think to yourself, wow, that's a scary number. And it is. It is a scary number. I will acknowledge that. However, also keep in mind that the more tight your niche is, okay, the more zoned in you are with the right people, that number is probably a little bit higher, okay? So that's why it's really important to zero in on your specific niche, know what that is, understand what that is, so that you can convert more people, okay? So on top of that, only 3% are looking to buy. But do you know how many percentage of the people actually do buy? Just 1%. That means for every 100 people, you are likely, and this is a statistical average, so it could be a little different in your industry. This is statistically an average, okay? So statistically, 1 out of 100 people will buy, okay? That's kind of a scary number, but at the same time, it is one of the reasons why social media is one of the best places to be visible, because you can be visible to hundreds or thousands of people at the same time. And it ups the chances that somebody will buy to you, because the more people you're in front of, the more likely you are to have that one buyer that's ready. Okay. So that's why visibility and engagement and all of those things matter. In and of themselves, they don't matter, but because you are trying to reach that one buyer out of 100, it's really super important. Okay. So those are some scary statistics, but that's why you are marketing. That's why you're on social media. Okay. So it can be done. The last reason, and this one's a big one too, and I bet you fall into this category. I can almost guarantee it, because just about everybody does. Number 3, the third reason you are not converting your leads into clients is that you are not following up enough. You may say to yourself, wow, it feels like I'm really following up with people, but I'm going to give you a couple numbers here just to keep under your hat so you understand exactly how much you need to follow up. Remember, it takes 7 to up to 30 times for them to see your content before they'll buy, or before they'll even consider buying. So if you contact them within an hour of when they contact you, you're more likely to get a sale, 7 times more likely. You have at any time 3% of your followers on any given social platform are willing to buy. Only 1% will. When you do get that 1%, or it could be the 3%, into conversations, because you're probably going to have a conversation to sell them on a higher ticket item or service. When you get them into conversation, what do you do next? How often do you follow up? You don't want to be a stalker. And a lot of female entrepreneurs, this is particularly true with, we feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to feel like a slimy salesperson. And all of those crazy thoughts go through our heads. And that's okay. They go through mine too, and they have in the past, and they probably always will. But here is the thing. When you when you are having a sales conversation, okay? When you're having a sales conversation with someone, I want you to think about it this way. They are looking at other people. And you know this, okay? Because you do it too, okay? I can guarantee you do it too. If you're considering buying from somebody, you're probably looking at other people also. And you're considering all options. So what you want to do is to follow up and to follow up and to follow up and to follow up. You want to keep following up. Okay. And the reason you want to do that is because you want to be in front of them. You want to be top of mind. You want to hit all of the things that could possibly be a negative for them. So you want to reinforce why you're the right one. You don't necessarily want to talk about your competitors, but what you want to do is reinforce that you are the right one. You are the right one for them at this time. Okay? And it's because you're going to pull things out of your conversation that you had with them, and you are going to show them exactly why you are the right one to have them purchase from you. And that is critically important that you follow up, okay? You want to follow up with them, and you want to make sure that you are in front of them very often, okay? And here's the thing. Take this number into account. When you are not following up enough, okay? When you are not following up enough, they drop off. They forget about you. They go with someone else. Somebody else is better. New shiny object syndrome comes into play. And you don't want that to happen, okay? On average, and here's where I bet you're falling off. On average, it takes 8 follow-ups to reach a client and have another sales conversation. That is the average. Think about that number. Do you try following up 8 times? Or do you follow up a few times and say, I guess I'm not interested? Because that's what most people do. Most people will follow up a couple of times and then they'll say, oh, well, I guess they're just not interested. And that's not necessarily true. They could be busy. They have a lot of things going on in their world, just like you do. And it is quite possible that they may have forgotten about it. They got busy, put it to the side. You usually follow up 3. Rachel, yes, that's probably average for most people. And then after that, we get like freaked out because we feel like we're being a nuisance to them, or we're being pushy. But think about it this way. If they are in the market, you feel like you're being pushy doing more than that. Okay. So here is a way to reframe that thought, because that's what most of us feel. That's so normal that you feel like that. Okay. That's what most of us feel. And I know for me, that's how I start to feel also. So I am no different. But here's something to think about. If you know that they need what you can give them, okay? You know that they need what you can give them. You know that they're looking for what you can give them, okay? You already know those 2 things about them because they had a conversation with you. They need it, they want it, they're interested in it, okay? If you know that you can provide for them exactly what they want and do a fantastic job at providing that service or product for them, you are doing them a disservice by not following up with them, because they may meet other people, but those other people may not be as passionate about working as you are. They may not be as good as you are. They may not put the care into it as you would. So if you have somebody that you really want to work with, I would just keep following up and keep following up and keep following up. You don't have to be pushy, okay? So there's a couple ways that you can handle it so not to feel pushy. Okay, so what I suggest is that, you're going to follow up with an email. You're going to follow up with probably a phone call. And then after that, what I would do is I would try to, I would say, hey, I know you were looking for this. And then maybe mention something that either they weren't sure about, something that was a really big pain point for them, and send them a message asking them, hey, I'd love to jump on a call and help you with this problem, that thing that they mentioned to you. Don't necessarily make it into a sales call, but you want to jump into the call and you want to provide value for them. Okay. You want to ease their mind, and you want to show them by providing that value that you are the right person. Then you're going to turn around and you're going to follow up on that conversation and say, hey, I was thinking about our conversation yesterday or the other day. I really hope that helped you. I'd love to hear how that's working for you. And then try to get on another call. And that just naturally leads to you helping them. So there's things that you can do so that you don't feel super pushy. I know for many, especially women, we feel very pushy after a while. Wow, we're really being a pain in the butt. But here, if they want what you have, if they're interested in what you do, okay, there's a reason they contacted you. There's a reason they downloaded your freebie. There's a reason they're in your circle right now. And that reason is because they want to work with somebody like you. If you don't show up for them, they're absolutely going to choose someone else. Yeah. Think about it that way, Rachel, because I'm seeing your comments come in, but they're a little delayed because of StreamYard. But yeah, absolutely. It's just a shift in thinking. Because think about when you are helping someone, and here's why you can think about it that way. Because when you're helping somebody, okay, so Rachel, you're a photographer. So when you help somebody, when you do photos for somebody and you give them the work that you did, think about how grateful they are. Think about how they are so glad that you helped them have those photos done. They're so happy. So they want that from you. It's just that for one reason or another, they're not converting. It could be they're just questioning something. It could be there's, buyer's hesitancy, or it could be they're comparing you to someone else. But if you keep talking to them, just having conversations with them, trying to help them, try to help them understand that they're making a great decision by going with you because this is what you're going to provide. The more you do that, the more comfortable they will be with you. And more than likely, the other person is going to stop following up at about the 2 or 3 times. So I just wanted to bring this to you. That is the biggest one. But the 3 reasons are they're not warmed up, because if they're not warmed up, they're just not ready to buy from you if they don't know you. Number 2 is you sell too soon, and that has to do with not being warmed up yet. They don't know you. They're just not ready to buy from you because they don't know who you are. You need to be in front of them, okay? And it takes on average of 8 follow-ups. And those follow-ups can be just a quick message on Facebook. Hey, I was just checking in with you to see if you got whatever problem resolved, or if you figured out a solution to whatever problem you discussed. And maybe you want to add on there, well, I've been thinking about it and I may have a solution for you. Did you want to jump on another call? There's so many ways that you can follow up that are not salesy, not icky. You don't have to feel like you're being pushy. You just show up and serve your audience. And that's really what it's about. It takes 8 times. You got to get out there. You got to keep doing it, even if your mind is telling you, oh gosh, I'm being pushy. You're not, because they want what you have. They want what you provide. Okay? They've already told you that. Okay? So you're not being pushy. You're not going to be in their face asking for a sale. You're going to be having conversations. And those conversations will lead to the sale when you show up and you serve them at your highest level so that they understand that you're the perfect person for them. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. I do want to mention, I actually last week, I actually launched a new program. Okay, and it is Attract to Convert. Okay, that's what it's called. It's Attract to Convert. And what it is I help you. If you don't have a lead magnet, we'll put one together. If you do have a lead magnet and maybe it's not converting, thanks, Rachel. I appreciate that. If you do have a lead magnet, it's not converting. This is what this program is. This program, Attract to Convert, I help you to create the funnel. So it's going to be the front funnel and the back funnel. Okay, we're putting the whole thing together, the landing page, the download, and the email that goes out. We're going to put all that together, and we're going to go through why that needs to be. Okay, we're going to do that in whatever software you're using. Now, I am a Keep certified partner, so if you don't have software, I can get you a discount on Keep. But if you do have software, I can just help you with your software. Okay, then once they have that lead, we're going to create for you a follow-up system and strategy for your particular clients that you can use with that free download or masterclass or whatever it is that you're doing to attract people. And I will be working with you for 3 months. Why 3 months? Because it's not going to happen overnight. And if there's any tweaks that need to be made, if there's something that's not working, if the things that we have in place aren't working, we're going to tweak it so that your people that are getting your free thing or your masterclass or whatever it is, we are going to make it so that they are more convertible for you. That's the whole idea. So I'm working with you to work out the kinks. Once we have it in place, I'm going to help you put that together. It's one of my specialties that I am with right now, and I'm loving it because it's something that most people get, like, it's the technology piece, so people kind of get like scared of it. It's not scary. Once you have that funnel, you can use that funnel over and over and over again. Okay, so it is in my lisabalthaser.store. If you go there, there's 2 different things. They're both the same. The one is 1 payment and the one is 3 payments. So it's either $5 or $497 for 3 months as 1 payment, or it's 3 payments of $180, $233, whichever you choose. So I have that in there right now. And if you don't have all this in place, consider it. I'm not a hard salesperson, but it is something that I put together because I know that most people, the leads that they're getting are not converting for one reason or another. And I put this specifically into place to help you with that problem. Okay, so that is what I have for you. 3 reasons you are not converting. They're not warmed up. You're selling too soon, and you are not following up enough. Follow up at least 8 times. It's an average of 8. So you may have to follow up 15 times. And this is over time. You're not going to be bombarding them every day. because that gets excessive. That's why you tend to feel, like you're being pushy. It's just going to be a natural flow and natural conversation, and we're going to work on that together. So that is what I have for you today, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, please share it out, because this is fantastic information for anybody that is not converting their leads, and it's something to really think about. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you'll join me over in Attract to Convert. If not, that's okay too. I have a free Facebook group you can join if you're not already there, and that's where a lot of my content resides. So that's what I have for you today. You have a fantastic day. This is Lisa with Fleur de Lisa Solutions.